Okay, hi. I'm back again, and I can't make this work. Okay, there we go. We're going to start the polynomials unit and information, so I figured that's what we would start with your notes. Okay, so if you don't have this paper, you can download it on the blog. There should be a link next to the video. So the first thing we need to do is a little bit of vocabulary. These are the basic words that apply, so you'll hear me say them a lot as we go through the units. A monomial, the definition of it in my own words, is a bunch of things that are all kind of stuck together. So something like 3xy squared would be a monomial. It's just all glued together by multiplication. Maybe 5ab. That's also a monomial because there's no pluses and minuses. It's just multiplication. And maybe you can look at the m for multiplication. Maybe that's a good little hint. All right, so all monomials are just made up of multiplication. You could also have even just the number 3 is a monomial. It's just one thing. You can pretend it's multiplied by 1 a million times. A polynomial are many monomials that are separated. Oops, S-E-P. I'm just going to start over. Separated by addition or subtraction. Okay, so you'll see pluses and minuses in there. An example of a polynomial is right here. So you have 1, 2, 3 monomials, and together they make a polynomial. All right, when you're looking at a polynomial, each of the pieces are called terms. So this one has 3 terms. 1, 2, 3 terms. So terms are monomials that are separate, and then together, addition and subtraction makes a polynomial. Can we combine any terms in here? Do we have any like terms? No. We have x's here and y's there, but because it's not just an x here or just a y there, we can't combine it with anything else. Nothing else is exactly the same. So that's just a polynomial in what's called standard form. Standard form means that the variable or the exponents of one variable are descending or going down. So if you look at the x's, there's a 2, then a 1, and then nothing. So this is in descending order. Okay, so that's the basic stuff you need to know. Now I'm going to show you how to add and subtract these little guys. All right, so in order to add polynomials, the first thing you're going to do is remove the parentheses because we don't need them when we're adding. And then the second step is combine like terms. Okay, so remove the parentheses and then combine like terms. So looking at this first example right here, step 1, remove the parentheses. Step 1, done. Step 2, we're going to find anything with like terms and combine them. So we have x squareds here and here. So we're going to add those together. We have 2 plus 1, 3x squareds. Then we have x's, just plain x's. It's important to get the sign in there. So if it had a plus, make sure you put the plus in the little box. All right, so negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7x. We don't change the exponents because we're just combining like terms. And last, we have our constant term. So that has no variable. So we're going to combine those. 5 plus negative 2 is 3. And really that's finished. Make sure you have it in descending order, 2, 1, none. And that's your answer. That's how you add polynomials. To subtract polynomials, first you need to distribute the negative. And then remove parentheses. And last, combine like terms. So there's just one extra step. All right, so step 1, distribute the negative. We're going to write without parentheses. Negative times a negative is a positive. So positive 2b squared. Negative times a negative is a positive. So positive 4b. Done with step 1 and 2. Now we're going to combine like terms. So here I have my b squareds and 2b squareds. So that gives me 7b squareds. I have 3b's and 4b's. So it's 7b's. And I have one constant term and nothing to combine it with, so it stays like that. Making sure it's in standard form, we have 2, 1, nothing, and so that's the answer. So that really is all there is to polynomials and adding and subtracting polynomials. Since I think I have another minute or two, I'm going to do a few more examples, but if I get cut off, then I get cut off. Okay. Let's try this one. We're going to subtract negative 10ab plus 7a squared minus b squared from 8b squared plus ab minus 2a squared. Okay. So this is a word problem. Remember that when it says the words subtract from, that means that's the second part. We're subtracting that from 8b squared plus ab minus 2a squared. Be very careful with that kind of wording. All right, step 1, we need to distribute the negative to everything, all 3 terms in the parentheses. When you distribute, you multiply. So we're going to rewrite without parentheses. A negative times a negative is a positive. Negative times positive is negative. Negative times negative is positive. So you can see we're just changing the signs in the second set of parentheses. Now we're going to combine like terms. So we have 8b squareds and 1b squared. So that's 9b squared. 1ab and 10ab, so 11 ab's. And negative 2a squared and negative 7a squared is negative 9a squared. And this is in standard form because the b's go 2, 1, 0. Okay, try this one on your own. All right, so pause the video, try that problem, and then check your answer with mine when you're done.